Good morning. Hey, everybody. Thanks for joining this morning. Hey, Olivia.
Hey there.
Give everybody a few seconds. I'm here. All right, well, while we are waiting for others to join, I did just launch a poll that I'll leave up here for a few minutes. And it's just about your experience around marketing. So we just want to know from you, what is your current level of marketing experience that you have in your business today? So take a second to fill this out. Just it's going to give us a little bit of an idea of your level of experience today and how detailed we should be going and just the mix of our audience that we have on this morning. We'll let that go for a few minutes. But we can go ahead and get started. So thank you all for joining. My name is Lori and I'm joined by Olivia this morning, and we are having an Aura Academy workshop. So pretty exciting. Happy to be here. Thanks, Olivia, for joining.
Yeah, I'm happy to be here.
So we are going to be navigating through marketing today, and you may already be familiar with our marketing suite and the features and functionality of it, and hence our question that we would like to know your experience with it as we can go through it a little bit deeper with everybody. But we're also going to be introducing a new release that we have coming soon, which is our email campaigns. And you may be familiar with our text campaigns through Sent already, and this is going to be another addition to that. But let's take a look and see how our poll is going here. So far, Olivia, we have 36% of people need to know more to get better. 27% of people only know the basics. 19% of people know more than the basics to engage their customers. We've got 13% of people are professionals already. 6% beginners. So we'll give it a few more seconds. If you want to take the poll, let us know where you're at. Also, just a few housekeeping things while everybody is taking this poll is there is a question and answer box down at the bottom. If you have questions as we're going through today, please drop them in the questions panel. We will be able to see them. If we don't already get to your topic, then we'll make sure that we address it as we go through. There's also a chat. If you have any comments or anything you'd like to share or add, please drop it into the chat as well, and we can share that as we go through too. All right, we got about 85% of our audience has taken the poll already. So we landed at 35% of people need to know more to get better. 29% only know the basics. We got 18% know more than the basics to keep their customers engaged. 12% are professionals, 6% beginners. So thanks everybody for taking the poll today so we can get started. So before we get into just email marketing or some of our new stuff, we want to just discuss ways that you can market to your customers in a way that your customers need to be marketed to, or something that they want. And there's a few different things as consumers, and you can really kind of reflect on yourself as a consumer at places that you go. The things that we want as consumers and businesses that we go to, we want to feel important. And that's when, just right off the bat, I think, Olivia, you probably can agree, anytime you walk into a salon, you want to feel recognized, you want to feel like they remember you, you want to feel important to them, that you are a piece of their business. You want to have a gain or a benefit as a customer. If you're going to send me an email or send me a text message, what's in it for me is sort of a mentality of a customer. Like, what's in it for me? Why am I getting this message? They also want to receive personal and authentic messages. This is something I think we've been seeing a lot through things like social media. People are talking about the way that we market to our customers and making it feel like you are speaking to me, and that what you're saying is authentic and that it is real and true to your business and who you are. Take action. Something customers want to be able to do is take an action. So like, what is the point of getting this? Besides, what is my benefit to this? What do you want me to do? So if, Olivia, you send me a message, what do you want me to do with it? Do you want me to tell a friend? Do you want me to click on something? Do you want me to buy something? Do you want me to go to a link? What do you need me to do? What's the action from that? And then the fifth one is knowing the trends. Like, we are in the beauty industry, and if you just look at your Instagram page, look at your discovery page on Instagram, like, you'll see everything that's on there. As consumers, we still want to know what the trends are. We want to know what's coming up. And as the stylist or your salon or beauty professional, we should know those things. So are you sharing what's up and coming with them? And are they looking to you for that inspiration or the trend settings? Anything you think you would add to those, Olivia?
Yeah, no, I mean, I think you pretty much covered it. Those are the main things that we're looking to accomplish with the tools in Aura, is really, in addition to those client engagement attributes, we're also looking to increase your revenue, right? So when you're marketing to your guests, you're looking to bring in new guests, you're looking to retain the guests that you have, and you're looking to increase revenue. And today we're going to be looking at those tools, and really with the angle that Lori just talked about, of making your guests feel important, making sure you're building that connection, rewarding your guests for being loyal, to really accomplish those end goals of increasing the revenue and building that overall relationship.
100%. Okay, so since this is a workshop, we are going to be screen sharing, and Olivia is going to help navigate through Aura into a few different scenarios so that you guys can follow along, take a screenshot. You can be following along in your own account if you want. And then don't forget to ask any questions as we're going through if you need to see something again or in a different way, that we can maybe break it down for you a little differently. So Olivia, if you want to share your screen into the account, we're going to go through 3 different scenarios just to get started. And the first scenario we're going to run through is if we have a promotion in the salon and somebody is a promotion in the salon to redeem loyalty points, right? So we have loyalty points within Aura, and hopefully we're using it. If you're not yet, here's where it is. But how do we encourage our customers to redeem those points? And maybe we want to run a promotion seasonally to encourage them to. And the example that we want to use is if they were to purchase a scalp spa series and be able to get a take-home product for free, but using those loyalty points to purchase the series.
Yeah, so what we're going to do is we're going to jump into loyalty point first. And since we have a few beginners on the call, we're really going to talk first about how do you set up your loyalty point program in Aura. So when you go into loyalty points from your marketing suite, the first thing you're able to do is really customize and configure your redemption point value. So how much do you want your points to be worth when a client uses said points? The next thing is your minimum earned for redemption. So when someone comes into your salon and you've set up your loyalty point program, no one needs to opt into this program. They're automatically going to be enrolled as soon as they start spending money on the different things that you've identified that they can accrue points on. Now, what you're able to do, though, is you're able to set basically a qualifier. Let's say someone has to, in this example, earn at least 50 points to be able to gain the perks of having being part of the loyalty point program. So they have to meet that threshold in order to start getting those perks and redeeming points. You also are able to set the maximum amount of redemption per ticket. So if you want to max it out where they can only redeem up to 1,000 points, let's say, you can set that up here. And then you can also determine your increments in which they can redeem points. So for example, in our example, we have 50 points. So that means if someone, let's say, has 125 points, they would only be able to redeem in increments of 50. So they'd only be able to redeem 100 of that 125 points. So you can really customize how you set up those parameters with your loyalty point program. Now getting to the meat and bones of that loyalty point program and kind of speaking to what Lori was talking about, you can decide how and what clients can redeem and accrue points on. Now, if you wanted to run a promotion during the holidays where, let's say, you're really trying to promote retail sales, or you're really trying to promote gift card sales, for instance, then what you can do is you can make it so that they can only accrue points on retail and gift cards, for instance. So this is where you can really customize and decide where you're trying to drive growth and where you're looking to increase those sales. So if we're trying to increase our retail sales, or we're trying to increase our series sales, as Lori mentioned, then you can make it so that they can only accrue points on those things. And then you also have the ability to determine what they can actually redeem points on. So maybe they can redeem points only on services, and not any of the other options here, retail, series, gift cards. But this is all customizable and it can be changed at any point. So again, if you wanted to run a seasonal holiday promotion that's really promoting series sales, retail sales, then you can make it worth the customer's while to purchase those things by making it so that that is what they're able to redeem or accrue and redeem points on. Now, some other smaller things down at the bottom, these are just additional configurations and settings. So you're able to determine, again, if you want your guests to be able to combine loyalty points with promotions, and then also how it impacts payroll. So all of these settings down here at the bottom are here to make the business side run a little bit more smoothly, and make it so that it's happening automatically, streamlined for you in the back end, while making it easy and enticing for your clients. Now, if I go back to the marketing suite, again, let's say we're trying to promote a series. So we want guests to be purchasing series with our loyalty point program. So we've now set it up where they can accrue points on a series purchase. So let's talk about how to actually set up a series. So I'm going to select series right here. And I'm going to click the plus sign to create a new series. Now I get to decide whether I'm creating a service series or a class series, depending on what I'm offering in my salon. I can name that series. So we're going to name this a 10-pack of blowouts. And then we are going to select the service that this series is tied to. Now, I mentioned that I'm creating a 10-pack of blowouts, so there's going to be a quantity of 10. And my regular price for a blowout is $50, but I'm going to go ahead and discount that down to $45. Now, I can also set an expiration date. So I can set an expiration date of 3 months, 6 months, or a year. Or I can set it to no expiration. So again, if the goal is to get the client in more regularly and soon, then you can set an expiration date so that they have to use this 10-pack within the next year, let's say. So you can set up the series here, and then you can utilize your loyalty point program to then entice guests to purchase that series.
Awesome. And we're going to go through a couple different scenarios. And then afterwards, we're going to look at how do we actually communicate this with our customer? Because when you look at loyalty points and creating series right off the bat, we might not always think that this is around marketing necessarily, marketing to our customers. But these are all things that you can use in your business to reward your customers as they're coming in. Olivia, while you were running through that, I launched a poll for our audience, and are they using loyalty points in their salon today? And 63% of our audience today are not using the loyalty points, 37% are. So this is a really great opportunity. I'm glad that we showed this. This is a great way to reward your customers as they come in, incentivize them to spend more money, to try out new services, and to do a little bit more in your business. So I'm glad that we went through that. So the next situation or scenario that we wanted to look at is having a gift card promotion. This is one that comes up a lot, I think, during special times of the year, holidays specifically. If you were to buy a gift card, let's say we're buying a $100 gift card, they get an additional $25 extra bonus or for themselves to keep. How can we set that up?
Yeah, so you're going to set that up within your gift card settings. But what I'd really like to show is what that looks like for the client experience. So you can configure a gift card promotion in your marketing setting under gift cards. And what you're able to do is you can set that basically if a guest spends X amount of money on a gift card, then they are automatically going to be given a certain promotional card. And then you can also determine whether or not that promotional card can be redeemed on services, retail, or ticket total. Again, depending on what you're trying to grow, whether it's just overall revenue, so you want them to be able to redeem it on anything, or if you're specifically trying to promote retail sales, you can make that promotional gift card only redeemable on retail, for example. But let's look at what that looks like for the guest. So if I go to purchase a gift card online, and I, like Lori mentioned, have a promotion set up where if you purchase at least $100 gift card, then you get a $25 promotional credit. As soon as you choose an amount that qualifies for that promotional credit, the guest is going to get a little pop-up at the top that lets them know that they are that their purchase is eligible for that additional promo card. Now, with our online gift cards, as you saw there, I didn't even have to log in to purchase a gift card. So if I maybe am not a guest of the salon, but I wanted to purchase a gift card for Lori, then I'm able to purchase that gift card without creating an account and send that to Lori to be used. Now, all I have to do is enter in my information. I can decide whether I want to send this gift card via text or by email. And I can also determine what date I want this to be sent on. So if this is something that I wanted to send to Lori with the holidays coming up and I wanted it to be sent on a specific holiday, then I could choose that specific date. I can send her a personalized message saying happy holidays, and I can purchase that gift card and it will be sent to her via text or email, depending on what I've selected as the delivery method. Now, down here at the bottom, I'm also able to choose whether I want that promo credit to go to Lori or if I wanted to save it for myself. So by default, it will be sent to myself for the promo credit. But if I wanted it to go to Lori instead, then I can simply toggle this so that both the gift card and the promo credit both go to Lori to be used at the salon. Now, something else with our gift card promotions is that, again, you can set up increments. So for instance, the gift card promotion that I set up is that every $100 spent, you get an additional $25. So if I switch this from $100 to $200, you're going to see that the promo credit automatically updates to that 50. So again, gift cards are a great way to start generating revenue without even having the guest step foot in the salon. And it's also, again, promoting retention because if they have a gift card, they're much more likely to come back to the business, to have a service, to buy a product because they have that credit. So this is just an easy tool that's available and can be linked right to your website, or they can access it from the Aura client site as well.
Love that so much. Also because ease of use for a consumer is so important. Like it has to be easy for your customer to buy from you. And this makes that really easy because they don't necessarily have to just come into your business to buy the gift card and then get that additional bonus. They can do it online. They can keep that little extra bonus gift card for themselves, or they can still gift it. So awesome. Love that. Also, as we're going through, if you guys are paying attention or following through with what we're going through and it's suddenly getting a lot of questions or ideas and you're using Aura today, don't forget you can always reach out to your account managers to help you set things up or navigate through things a little bit deeper. Or if you have other questions, you can also reach out to them as well. Okay, so let's look at, we talked about promos or bonus cards, but let's look at promotion cards. Or looking at, sorry, not promotion cards, reviews. Let's look at reviews. And if we want to ask a customer to leave a review for a chance to win X amount of prize, it could be a Yeti mug, it could be a bag, it could be a bike, it could be whatever you want. And a lot of you are working with a rewards catalog from your manufacturer or your product company that you're working with. So if you can redeem your points, for example, Aura works with COW. So if you are a COW Alliance rewards member, you can redeem those rewards for other things. So Olivia, if I wanted to run a promotion and say, or not a promotion, but leave us a review, we'll look at the reviews and we're going to draw a winner, and that winner will get a prize. What could that look like?
Yeah. So right along the top here, you can see that we have an option for specials, which we'll take a look at right after, but we also have this option for reviews. So we have a built-in reputation management system where after a guest has an appointment, there is a text message that you can set up to go out where the guest can leave you a review. You have a few different options, one that gets directed straight to Google or Facebook, or one where they can actually leave you an internal review. And then the internal review that they leave will display here for the client app. It's also a public page. So again, if you wanted to link this to your website so that new guests who are looking at your website can see these reviews, they have the ability to do so. Reviews are a huge part of just brand reputation and reliability of the brand. So this is a really key feature that our salons can offer. Now, what does this actually look like for the guest? After the appointment, the guest is going to get a text message asking them to leave some feedback. And from here, they have the ability to rate their service 1 through 5 stars. Now, once they rate their service, they can also leave a message here, and they can also upload a selfie. Now, the page we just looked at with the list of reviews, that's where it's all going to display. And you also get to cherry pick which reviews you want to show, but 5-star reviews will automatically display by default. Now, if they left a, let's say, not as positive review, so 1 to 3 stars, then rather than giving them the option to then leave that review on Google or Facebook, instead, this is just going to be an internal message that your team can review on the admin side, and then approach the situation accordingly. So it's there to help protect the reputation of the brand. Now, if you wanted to see a list of all of the guests that have left reviews, you can switch back over to your admin side. In your marketing suite, you have your review section right here. And this is where you can see a list of all of the reviews that were left, along with the pictures that they uploaded. And you can decide whether or not that review should be posted on the list.
Awesome. Okay, I have a poll up right now to see, do you currently ask your customers to leave you a review today? Thinking about reviews, a note that I had put on here, Olivia, is according to semrush.com, 72% of consumers say that customer reviews influence their purchase decisions. And I know as a consumer myself, if I'm going to a new business or a business maybe I haven't gone to in a long time, I always look at the reviews. I always want to see what other people are saying, restaurants, especially service type of businesses for sure. And so that's huge. Let's see. 72% are currently asking their customers to leave a review, which is great, especially going into the busiest season of the year. We want to make sure that we're capturing that when we have, more customers than what we generally do to be able to build up those reviews on our website. Okay, so we've gone through 3 different scenarios. If you guys have other scenarios or things you would like to see, please drop it into the question box or the chat box, and then we can try to find time to go through that. But we went through 3 different situations, and now we want to look at how do we send those things out to our customers? So like, how do we let them know that, hey, we're running a promotion for you to redeem your loyalty points, or hey, we got a gift card special going on for the holiday season, or hey, there's construction going on in our parking lot, and where can they park now? So like, how do we actually communicate to our customers? And so we're going to explore, first we can look at using Sent that Olivia is showing on our screen here under our marketing category, using auto text campaigns for ways that we can redeem some lost customers, and then do things like we talked about, making people feel important by wishing them happy birthday. So maybe you have a customer, you're tracking their birthdays as they come in. And one of the ways that we can do that today is through auto campaigns through Sent. So we're going to look at those first.
Yeah, so your auto campaigns. So we have two different types of auto campaigns that you can set up, and these are going to be sent out automatically. So you don't even have to think about them. You set them up once and then they're running in the background. So the first one is your lost client campaign. Now, your lost client campaign, this is a great retention tool. Basically, any of these auto campaigns do first have to be tied to a promotion. So you just want to set up the promotion under the promotions tab, and then you'll be able to set up the campaign. But basically, all you have to do is create the body of the text message you want your clients to receive. If you want that promo code to be advertised so that if they check out through the client app, they're able to use that promo code, you want to make sure to include that in the body of the text message. And then you're going to tie it to the promotion that is tied to the campaign. And then you get to decide how soon after their last appointment do you want this to go out. So if, let's say, after 3 months, if they have not come back into the salon, you want them to get a lost client campaign, then you can set up a parameter so that it goes out 3 months after their last visit. And what's great about this is you can actually set up multiple of the same type of campaign. So maybe you have one that goes out and you don't include the promo code if they haven't come back in 3 months. And then you set up a second campaign maybe at 9 months. And at that point in the body of that text message, you say there's a 10% discount on services or retail products. So you can basically create multiple of these campaigns and have them go out at different times. And then with the actual campaign, you get to decide what sort of promotion or what you want to offer to the guest, depending on how long it's been since they have come into the salon.
I like your example of that, because you're saying the first time maybe they haven't been in 3 or 6 months, and you just send them an engagement text. And then maybe after that, it's like, here's a special offer, and maybe they bite at that offer to try to get them back in that way.
Exactly. So there's not a limit here. You can set up as many as you'd like, and you can just configure them to go out at different times with different offers. And then your second option is your birthday text. Similar sort of setup. The only difference here is you want it to go out before their birthday. So maybe you want it to go out 1 month before their birthday so that they can get that appointment scheduled and they can use it at any time during their birthday month. So you get to decide when before their birthday this campaign goes out. And then this is just based on the birthday that is set up in the client profile, whether they've signed up through the client app and they've entered in their birthday, or whether your team is collecting birthdays when booking appointments. Either way, it's going to capture that information. It's going to use that information to be able to send out this auto campaign.
People love birthdays. And again, going back to some of those things that our customers need and want is to feel important and remembered. And that's a really great way to put your business in front of them and let them know that you're thinking of them and happy birthday, and you know that. So great way to go through that. Okay, so the next one that we're going to be looking at is our new feature that is coming soon that we are excited about, is our email campaigns. So still through Sent, what we're going to be able to do is we're going to target specific customers for specific reasons or for specific actions. That was another one, is we want our customers to be able to take action. So with mass emails, and same with our text email campaigns, you can create communications ahead of time by using, if it's emails, we're going to show you some of our really easy pre-built templates that we have scheduled or that we've created for you. But same with the mass text campaigns, as well as the email campaigns, you're going to be able to send things out such as announcements, like I said, if you're having construction or anything done with your building, promotions that you're having, holiday greetings, newsletters, birthday, which is like, you're going to be able to send out a lot of these things, and you're going to be able to target it completely to the customer that you're looking to target. So Olivia, let's take a few of these and see what we can build. Let's just showcase because we've had sent email campaign or text message campaigns. Let's look at the email campaigns so that everybody watching today can see what's coming. And maybe you can share a release date of when this is going to be available for everybody. But for an example, I'll give you an example. If we can create a campaign for customers who have been in the salon this year, anytime, who have had any salon or hair service, but have not had any spa or nail services. And we don't want to send this to anybody that has upcoming appointments in the next 3 months.
Okay, perfect. All right, so now we are in our campaign builder, and whether you're sending a text campaign or an email campaign, you're going to come to the same spot. And the first thing you're going to do is you're going to enter in your campaign name here. Okay. And then this campaign nickname, this is strictly internal. Your clients cannot see it. It is solely so that you have the ability to identify this campaign in the future in case you want to duplicate it, resend it, whether you want to look at metrics on it. That's what this nickname is used for. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to select your recipients. And this is where you're able to curate the perfect recipient list for what you're offering. Again, to maximize the engagement with it and maximize the redemption of whatever you're offering. Okay, so like Lori mentioned, we want to target maybe people who have come in year to date. So the first filter is going to be based on appointment dates. We have some date shortcuts for you, like today, week to date, month to date, and year to date. So I'm going to go ahead and select year to date. We also have, if you're sending out an email campaign, you can remove this filter entirely and take out the appointment filter. But in this example, we really want to target clients that have come in year to date. Next, you have the ability to filter based on the last visit date. Now, based on the campaign that we're sending out today, we don't necessarily need to use this filter. All of these filters are optional. But let's say, just like with the lost client campaign, that's an auto campaign, if you wanted to send out a marketing offer for anybody that hasn't come in the last 6 months or so, you have the ability to designate the last visit date. And then next you have your excluding future appointments. So again, this could work for the campaign in Lori's example, or again, if you're targeting your lost clients and you want to target anybody that hasn't been in the last 6 months, but maybe there are a few people who haven't been in the last 6 months, but they still have a future appointment booked. Maybe they just don't come in that frequently. You have the ability to also exclude those future books. So if you're offering a lost client a promotion to come back in, to entice them to come back in, you can exclude those people who already have the future appointments booked. And you have lots of different options here, ranging from 2 weeks to 12 months to all upcoming appointments. Next, you can filter based on the providers that they've booked with. So let's say Cato's books are just looking a little bit light. You can send a campaign out to anybody who has booked with Cato in the past to just entice them to come back in, give them an offer. You have the ability to filter based on that. Let's say also there's a situation where maybe a provider is no longer with the business and you want to target anybody who has an upcoming appointment with that guest to get them to reschedule with a new guest, to reschedule with a new provider. You have the ability to filter based on that service provider here. And then just like with Lori's example, let's say you wanted to target people who have had hair services in the past, but maybe have not had a chance to explore your spa services yet. What you can do is you can choose these specific categories that they've had in the past. So again, in this situation, I want to target people who have had hair services such as color, blowout services, cut services. But then I want to toggle over to the services that have not been booked yet and really target those spa services and nail services. So again, you want to make sure you're creating the perfect list for what you're trying to send out and what you're trying to offer to these guests. And you have the same thing for products purchased or products not purchased. So let's say there is a promotion being run for a specific brand, and you wanted to let anybody know who's purchased that brand in the past that there is now a promotion for that brand. You can choose that here. Or maybe you want to run a promotion for guests who have never purchased a specific brand. Maybe you're just bringing in a new brand, a new line, and you want to encourage guests to purchase this new product. You have the ability to also filter based on the products that they haven't yet had a chance to explore. And then finally, you also have their hair type, and their hair type is going to be stored on their client profile.
We talked about what customers want when we're sending things out to them. And one of them was to receive personal and authentic messages, things that resonate with them, that make sense. And this is building this campaign is building that exactly the same way that is going to be authentic to them or that's going to resonate with them. So you're sending something based on services that they do have, or services maybe that they have, but they haven't had a matching service, or products that should complement the service that they've had. So this is a really great way to target exactly who you want this promotion or campaign to go to.
So now the next step is going to be to design your content. This is where you get to choose, am I sending out a text message or am I sending out an email? Text message, very simply, you put in the body of the text message, you can add emojis, and you can also upload a picture or a GIF. Switching over to the new email functionality, you're going to be brought over to our email builder. Now, along the right side, these are all the different types of elements that you can use to build out your email from scratch. So you can organize your email template into different sections. You can add actions, like Lori said, always having that call to action, having an easy button. Maybe your action is to book an appointment or purchase a product, being able to have that button very easily added into the template. You have the ability to add in dividers. So if you want to just make the email look clean and divide out different sections, you have those horizontal dividers. You can add in text, and then you can also add in a text section, which will have a header and then the body of the text below that. You can add images, you can add quotes. You can add links and link blocks in case it's a section that you want to link, and then also a grid of pictures as well as a list of items. So there's a lot that you can do if you are familiar or want to build out your campaigns from scratch. You do have the full ability to do so from the builder. You can also use one of our templates to get started. So I'm going to select Use Template on the top right. And we're going to start with our Happy Halloween template. So here you can see the logo. This is going to pull right from your client app settings, so you don't have to worry about adding that. It's going to pre-populate with that. You have a cover image, you have a button, and anywhere in one of our templates that you see book an appointment, make an appointment, it's going to direct right to the client app. So you, again, don't have to configure any of that. You have some sections where you can put in some text, and it's really quite simple to edit it. All you have to do is click into it, and then you'll be able to edit. We also have some styling options right here above the top, so you can bold the text, italicize it, underline it, strike through. You can link your text. So if you wanted to link the text to your website or something along those lines, you have the ability to do so. And then you have some additional styling options that display on the right. So with these additional styling options, for instance, you can modify the margins. You can also edit the font. So I can change my font, I can change my font size, I can change the thickness. So if I, again, want my text to be super thin or semi-bolded or extra bolded, I have the ability to really customize how I want this to look. I can also even update the letter spacing. So I can really spread out my letters, or I can make them just a normal width. I can change my font color. So if I wanted it to display in a different color, I can easily select the color or enter in the hex number there. If there's multiple lines of text like we see here, you can also edit how much space is in between your text. You can also decide how you want your text or how you want your element, whether it be an image, a button, text, to be aligned on the page. So let's say I wanted this to be left aligned, I can change that, centered or right. I have those same text decorations that I had by clicking on it. So I can underline it, strike through, italicize. And then under design, I can also change the background of the element. I can add a border radius. So for instance, with this button, we have more rounded corners, and that's what a border radius is. So by default, if you add a background or you add a border, it's going to have square corners. But if you like the way this looks stylistically, where it has rounded corners, you can simply add in a border radius like you see here, and it will give you those rounded corners to make it a more oval shape. You can also change the styling of your border. You can change the width of your border, as well as the color of the border as well. And when you click on the button is also going to have a link directly, like I mentioned, to your client app to book an appointment. But if you wanted to change this link to be directed somewhere else, you have the ability to edit those settings right here along the right side. Now, up at the top, we have some additional views. So right now we're looking at our email in a desktop view, but I could also change it to a tablet view or a mobile view. So you really get to see how your email is going to look for the recipient, depending on what device they're using. You have the ability to hide your outlines. So again, if I wanted to preview my email, how the guest will see it, I can go ahead and hide those element outlines. Here, I can preview my email and hide my right panel of settings, again, just to give me a more full view. I have a full screen option, which will put the full builder into full screen. I have my undo in case I made a mistake and I want to undo my last edit, my redo, and then I have my clear email canvas, which will just reset me back to a standard white canvas. I have my styling options, which we went through. And again, just to get to these styling options, all you have to do is select the element on the page, and then you can make any edits you'd like to that specific element. You also have your layered view. So if you wanted to see what it would look like, let's say without the image, you can hide specific elements just to play around with your email and see how it looks with different elements shown or hidden. And then also, let's say I wanted to add some additional items into this template. I have my plus sign here where I can add additional things. So if I wanted to add another text box above, I can just drag that in and I can start typing in what text I wanted. Now, along the right side of the element, you have the ability to drag and drop and move the element where you want it to be moved to. You also have the ability to duplicate an element, so you can copy and paste that element somewhere else on the page. And then you can also delete the element if you do not want it on the email. So once I've built out my email, the last step is just to enter in my subject line, and then I'm ready to proceed to review and send. Now, once I review, this will be the list of guests who will be recipients of this email. Because we're in our test site and because there aren't that many appointments, it's showing a list of 0. But depending on what your parameters are and the fact that you have appointments, you'll obviously have a list of recipients. And then finally, you get to send a test off to yourself just to make sure that it looks perfect. And then you can decide whether you want to send out the campaign now or if you want to schedule it for a later date. So if you wanted to schedule this out to go out, let's say right on Halloween, then you can schedule this for a specific date and time, and the campaign will go out at that time.
Love that. So because we talked about having authentic and personalized messages, it has been proven that customers who receive personalized content are more likely to interact with it. So when we looked at the the builder of it, when you were building the email, in the situation or scenario that we gave of customers who have been in for a service but have not received any type of spa service, we're really trying to upsell them to a new service to try out or something that they haven't done before. Or maybe you have a new provider that's offering these new services. So you're trying to get them a call to action. So you're trying to get them to book an appointment. You're making this personal to them by putting their name on it. It's going to be services that they've had in the past, or maybe a new service, something that you would recommend for them. And also if you look at your design, Olivia, if it's still on there, where you had the customizable fields, great spot for you to put some of your reviews, especially if your customers send a selfie in for a review. So if it's for maybe a lash service, like put in some of your lash testimonials in there, and maybe put in some before and after pictures or something that they can visually see, and they can take action on this email. So love this. Another campaign idea that we can do on here is your newsletters. So if you send out a newsletter to your customers, whether it be annually, quarterly, holiday time only, what have you, you can build this out all on your own, or you can use some of the pre-made templates, and you can send this out and build out your customer list to all customers that you have. One thing that I will say that you have to make sure you're doing, or check in with your front desk team when you're doing email marketing, you have to capture your customer emails. So if you're not capturing customer emails today, it's an idea to start practicing that with your front desk team or whoever is intaking your customers today, so that these emails can reach the customers that you're intending them to reach. Okay, we did have a couple questions. Olivia, was there anything else that you want to go through on here, or do you want me to ask some of the questions?
Let's jump into the questions.
Okay. So, okay, this goes back a little bit, but Derek asked, is there a way to connect and have Google or Facebook link as well to leave a review?
Yes, so when you set up your reviews in text notifications under auto notifications, this is where you can decide whether you want that social buddy experience, which is where the guest first rates the service internally on your own site and then gets brought to a Google or Facebook. So you can decide whether or not you want this enabled. If you do not have this enabled, then when the guest gets the thank you text, they will automatically be directed to Google. And right here is where you enter in those Google and Facebook links, and also where you would enter in the message that you want your guest to receive if they give you a 1 to 3 star rating on that internal reputation management system.
Lovely, thank you. All right, Derek, hopefully that answers your question. All right, we got a question from Michael that said, if we are offering double rewards points for holiday gift sets purchased, is there a feature in loyalty points that will automatically give them double points, or is this something that they have to add manually?
At this time, it is something that has to be added manually within the client file.
Okay. All right, and then Corey asked if they're using, so it looks like maybe they're using an external email provider today. Will they be able to create these client lists and export them?
You can export your recipient list from the Scent Builder.
Right. Corey, however, we would encourage you to try this out and build the campaigns right in your Aura account and see how easy it is. Perhaps you don't need to have another external. There is a poll going right now also around that question is, are there other tools or software that you're using for marketing services today? One of our goals is to be able to help you streamline all of your services. So with these marketing tools that we have built into Aura is where you can use your customer filters, you can build out your templates, you can build out your email campaigns or text campaigns to your customers and streamline that service for you. So let us know what else you're using, or if there's other ways that we could help make things easier for you. All right. Got another question. Oh no, we answered Michael's. Okay. Okay, those are all the questions that we have. Olivia, can you talk about maybe when our Aura community will be able to see email campaigns?
Yes, so we have a product release next week, next Tuesday, October 29th, and it will be included in that release.
Perfect. Very exciting. Again, if you guys have other questions or would like to just go through this a little bit more in depth specific to your business, please reach out to your account managers. If you're not using Aura already today, you can definitely set up a demo with one of our sales team and they can navigate through all things Aura as well as our marketing suite to see if it will suit your needs. Olivia, anything else that you can think of?
No, just thank you all so much for your time today.
Perfect. Thanks, everybody. Have a great day. Bye.